10 Rarest Animals in the World. Animals are loved nearly by everyone in the world. Some are now even considered family. And yet, we humans are the biggest threat to its survival. And so today, we'll be talking about the rarest animals in the world, so we can remember the value of their precious lives. So be very kind and show some love by hitting that thumbs up and subscribe button, ringing the notification bell, and sharing this video. Now, without further ado, let's explore the wild. Number 10. Black-footed ferret. Once thought to be globally extinct, black-footed ferrets are making a comeback. This animal was once native to North America's Great Plains, ranging from southern Canada to northern Mexico. The population of the mysterious negrapes, or the black-footed ferrets, decreased over the 20th century and was declared extinct in 1979. A few years later, in 1981, a dog in Wyoming rediscovered the black-footed ferrets, but that didn't last long because they became extinct in the world for the second time. Since then, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has begun a captive breeding program, and thousands of black-footed ferrets have been re-released in Arizona, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Montana during the previous few decades. While the program has been mainly successful, recent estimates place the wild black-footed ferret population around 300 to 400 individuals. You see, sometimes life isn't ferret at all. Number 9. Adax. In the past, the adax, which is also known as the white antelope, was common in North Africa, with native populations in Chad, Mauritania, Niger, Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Sudan, and the Western Sahara. The adax is a critically endangered species of antelope and is on the verge of extinction in its wild habitat of the Sahara Desert. However, there are a number of successful breeding projects for the adax across the world. While you are unlikely to see an adax in the wild, you may see one of the hundreds in captivity at your local zoo. The population of the wild adax have been severely depleted as a result of unrestricted hunting. With the success of breeding programs in recent years, the adax have been reintroduced to the wildlife preserves in Morocco and Tunisia. Did you know adaxes only excrete dry feces and produces highly concentrated urine to conserve water? Number 8. Northern bald ibis. From critically endangered to endangered, the northern bald ibis, or Geronticus eremita, is considered to be one of the rarest birds in the world, with only around 250 mature individuals left in the wild. Because of the successful conservation efforts over the recent years, there are now over 1,000 northern bald ibises in captivity. The majority of the wild population of northern bald ibises now lives in Morocco and fewer than 10 in Syria. This rare bird is said to be regionally extinct in Europe for over 500 years, and in order to combat these low numbers, reintroduction programs are currently underway. Here's another fact. The fossils of this ancient bird species go way back to the Holocene, circa 10,000 years ago, Middle Pleistocene, circa 900,000 years ago, and even as far back as the Pliocene-Pleistocene boundary, circa 1.8 million years ago. Number 7. Cross River Gorilla. The Cross River Gorilla, which is also scientifically known as Gorilla daily, is unfortunately the most endangered great ape in the world. Its population is only around 200 to 400 individuals, and one is known to be in captivity. The biggest threat to the survival of the Cross River gorilla is the loss of habitat due to harmful activities of humans. Because of bushmeat hunting, they're rarely observed and are fearful of humans. Another fact, Cross River gorillas are found in small dispersed groups where if they ever interact with one another, the result would be inbreeding. This leads in a loss of genetic variety and a weaker gene pool, as well as a severe influence on the already tiny Cross River gorilla population. Number 6. Saola. Among all these animals on the list, none are as mysterious as the saola, which has been aptly dubbed as the Asian unicorn. Because so little is known about the saola, there is no reliable information on the species' present population. However, the researchers believe that the saola's population is substantially smaller, probably less than 250. Some researchers have tried to keep the saolas in captivity a few times, but each of these captives eventually died. This has led conservationists to believe that saulas cannot be kept in captivity, and as a result, a breeding program can't be established. Did you know the majority of what is known about the saula comes from William G. Robichaud, who kept the female saula in captivity for about 15 days before she died of mysterious circumstances? The saula, according to Robichaud's findings, was not terrified of humans, but only of dogs. Number 5. Amur leopard. While several large cat species are facing declining numbers around the world, the Amur leopard is one of the rarest and most endangered. They are found primarily in the Amur River region of East Russia, with a few of them scattered in northern China. Amur leopards have relatively long lives, lasting 10 to 15 years in the wild and 20 years or more in captivity. And like all the animals on the list, the Amur leopard also faces threats like habitat destruction, illegal poaching, conflict with humans, and lack of genetic variation. Since there are only little Amur leopards left, inbreeding is common, and they result to weaker offspring. Number 4. Philippine crocodile. The Crocodylus mindorensis, or the Philippine crocodile, is considered to be the most threatened crocodile species in the world. There are only less than 100 left in the wild, and very few are in captivity. In the past, the Philippine crocodile was scattered all over the island nation, but now they're only found in limited fragmented habitats on the islands of Dalupiri, Luzon, and Mindanao. Its population has been severely impacted due to hunting and habitat destruction. Moreover, public perception is another thing that's hurting the Philippine crocodile. They are labeled or viewed as man-killers or eaters by the local populace, and that is why most of them are being killed simply because of this negative view. However, in the recent years, conservationists have successfully bred and released Philippine crocodiles into protected habitats and have changed people's perception towards crocodiles. Did you know that killing a Philippine crocodile is illegal and comes with a maximum fine of 100,000 pesos, which is equivalent to about $2,500? Number 3. Sumatran rhino. The Dicerorhinus sumatrensis, or Sumatran rhinos, are the smallest of the living rhinoceroses and the only Asian rhino with 2 horns. The Sumatran rhinos are recognizable because of their hairy appearance and is the rarest of 5 remaining species of rhinos. Sumatran rhinos are thought to have been a rather endangered species over the past 9,000 years, when a climate shift occurred in their natural habitat. Scientists estimate that there are less than 100 wild Sumatran rhinos surviving, with some claiming that there may be as few as 30 wild Sumatran rhinos left. Since then, Sumatran rhinos have failed to recover and now face even greater challenges. While there has been some success in breeding Sumatran rhinos in captivity, they still struggle to survive outside of their natural setting. Number 2. South China tiger. The South China tiger, also known as the Amoy tiger, South Chinese, and Tiamen tiger, is the world's most endangered and vulnerable tiger species. Scientists have declared the South China tiger to be functionally extinct in the wild, with no sightings outside of captivity in over 25 years. While there are no South China tigers left in the world, there are a few hundred in captivity as part of breeding programs in China. In the year 2007, the first South China tiger was born outside of China, at the Laohu Valley Reserve in South Africa. Since then, several tigers have been born in Laohu Valley. Did you know that there is genetic data that implies that the majority of captive South China tigers are not pure and have been crossbred with other tiger subspecies? Number 1. Vaquita. The vaquita, or Phocina sinus, are the smallest species of porpoise, which were first discovered way back in 1958. Its numbers have always been low, and they have such a small population wherein they could only be found in one area of the world, the northern part of the Gulf of California. With only around 10 individuals left in the world, the vaquita is currently the world's rarest and potentially most endangered animal. Furthermore, there are no vaquita in captivity, and there hasn't been a successful breeding program to help raise their numbers up. While not much is known about the vaquita, the longest known lifespan of an individual vaquita was a female who lived 21 years. Well, I guess that's it. Did you guys enjoy exploring the wild? If you think there are still other rare animals out there, type them down in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and tap the notification bell below for more videos from us.